something on my shirt. Sorry. Oh well, it might be water. I was washing dishes a while ago. So, welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me. I just wanted to say thank you if you have watched the career readings, and I also wanted to say that that was a very minimal career reading. Obviously we can get a lot more in depth with those if I have your input, because only you know your situation. But one thing that did come out in the readings, in all of the readings, and when I went back and put the timestamps in, I rewatched it carefully. Every sign right now is struggling with fear. And I'm going to tell you something. Fear, if you stay in fear long enough, it will defeat you, completely defeat you. And as a collective right now, our entire collective is trapped in fear. So we definitely need to work on that somehow. As a collective, as a collective, we need to work on the fear. And here's my lapis and a turtle that somehow I did not see last night when I pulled my trinkets for the career reading. That was hiding. So somebody's throat chakra was closed, and it was especially apparent to me with Scorpio's reading. Alright, Spirit, what's going on in the collective this morning? What virtues are you working on in the collective this morning? And the opposite of fear is faith. And one way that you can have that is trust. Alright, we have integrity, perseverance, generosity, loyalty, and responsibility with patience on the top of the deck. We got a lot going on this morning for some reason. Alright, and if you want a private reading, we need to get those scheduled, and I would appreciate it if you would email me so I have a record of it and I can go back and look at my emails. And the email to email me at is in the description box of every video. And the description box is that little box under the video. Not the comments, but if you hit that little arrow down on the right side of the screen of the video, it'll pull the description box down, and it starts out with a lot of hashtags. And then it gives the suicide hotline number, and then it tells you what my channel is about, and then it tells you all of my social medias, and it has my website address, and it has my email. And you can either schedule through my website or you can schedule through that email. Either one is fine. But I want to try to keep a record of them so I can keep them straight, and I'm going to have to start charging something for them. Even if you can't pay the full amount, I'm going to have to start charging something for them. And I'm going to have to start getting that before I do the reading. It's just what I'm going to have to do. Because if not, I'm never going to get ahead in this. And I want to be generous and kind and stuff. But at the same time, I'm going to have to start learning how to take care of myself a little bit better too. Anyway, that's just something I wanted to throw out there. But I do want to help people. So if you're absolutely not able to give anything, don't not reach out, because I don't want to deny anybody that's truly not able to give that needs a reading. But I think most of us could give $1 or $2 or even $5 if they can't give the full amount, which is usually about $50. Alright, Spirit, what's going on with this integrity? And that's really a bargain, because I've seen a lot of readers on YouTube that are charging $100 for reading. Integrity, perseverance, generosity, loyalty, and responsibility with patience. That's a lot of stuff going on, Spirit. What message do you have for us this morning? I see you got a message here for somebody. How do you want to start this message this morning, Spirit? Let's get the overall tarot energy. What's the overall tarot energy going on for all of this stuff, Spirit? Something's touching my leg. The High Priestess came out sideways, y'all. And the Moon. So there's a sense of not quite using your intuition about something. And having a lot of emotion. And even the Moon card is about that, like, it's a lot of emotion. But it can also cloud your judgment. It can cloud your ability to see everything. Because when it's like when you're outside at night and the moon is out, depending on what part of the month it is, you might not be able to see real well. And you might be able to see just enough that you're not seeing something correctly. It can be about fear, what we were just talking about. Alright, Spirit, what you want to do next, baby? What you want to do next? Let's get these. Let's get these. Okay. How did this happen to the collective, Holy Spirit? Spirit. How did this... It had to do with peace and well-being. It has to do with somebody's peace and well-being. And definitely the moon is a factor here. Definitely. Peace and well-being. That's how this happened. Alright. What's being hidden? Somebody doesn't see how confident they are and how empowered they are. Somebody doesn't see their confidence. Like they have no confidence in themselves. And they don't see how powerful they are. They don't have confidence. Their confidence is hidden, and so is their power. Alright, well, what's being shown, Spirit? The full moon is definitely a big factor for whoever you are. Or the moon in general. Travel. Somebody's about to travel. Somebody's about to go on a trip. Alright, and what should they do, Spirit? This is a crescent moon that's standing out in this picture. It could just be the moon cycles. Somebody's finding. What you need to do is find. I don't know what you need to find, but you need to find your happiness. You need to find your happiness. That's what you need to find. Spirit's saying you need to go on a journey to find your happiness. This could be a real journey, like to get in the car and actually go somewhere for some of us. Or it could be a metaphorical journey. Butterflies, especially the black and blue ones. And somebody has a very natural, very beautiful hairstyle. Somebody might also have brownish blonde, like sandy blonde hair. You don't see how powerful, you don't have any confidence in your own abilities. For some reason, you don't have confidence in something. Alright, let's go deeper into this message and find out. Spirit, what spiritual gifts are working in this situation? The Tree of Life. The Tree of Life. This is about our connections, our roots. Okay. And any other, look at there. There's an angel of learning hiding in your spiritual gifts. There's an angel trying to teach you something. What else, Spirit? What else, Spirit? Anything else you're doing in our spiritual gifts today? You might be trying to learn how to use your natural abilities. Or you might be going on a trip to be in nature. Somebody's finding feathers. One more time, Spirit says. Somebody's about to have a tower. An epiphany. And abundance. Abundance! Abundance! Okay. How are the angels working in this situation, Spirit? Can you show me how the angels are working in this situation? Nature again, y'all. It's these natural abilities, I think, and prayer. It could be nature, as in getting outside, because I've been noticing on Saturdays we get nature a lot. The Spirit might just be encouraging us to get outside of our houses and to go outside. Anything else, angels? How else are you helping us with this? Not seeing our own power. You're giving us passion. You're igniting this passion in us, and you're giving us prosperity. You want to give us passion and prosperity. Anything else, angels? Freedom, love, and blessings. That's beautiful. Freedom, love, and blessings. And on the bottom of the deck, we have them good vibrations. Alrighty then. Alright, Spirit, talk to me about how this happened with this peace and this well-being. This is how it happened, is you wanted peace and well-being. You wanted peace and well-being. And you were trying to plan something, but you got tempted. You were trying to be patient and plan, but you got tempted. So maybe for some reason your well-being, you felt like your well-being was being threatened, and you got tempted. What caused this heartache and loss? Something that happened with the temptation caused you to have some heartache. Clarify this. There's the Tower. Alright, yeah. There was a tower. There was some obstacles and challenges to making your dreams come true. To making there were some challenges and obstacles to your prosperity that tempted you. Spirit says you're going to triumph over this, though. How can I get more details? Talk to me about this. Talk to me about these temptations and these obstacles, Spirit. Can you talk to me about these temptations and obstacles to this prosperity? We've got some obstacles to our prosperity, y'all. Transporter. This card is a good indicator that things will start moving for you rather quickly. A career in transportation, such as travel, driving, or shipping, could appeal to you. You could travel for work, or perhaps you need to take an action on some financial matter. So we have travel and travel here. You could travel for work, or perhaps you need to take action on a financial matter. This card is a good indicator that things are going to start. Something's about to start moving quickly. And it's going to somehow include travel. And it has to do with an obstacle. It's helping you. I think right now you're a little discouraged about this. But you're not seeing that this is actually going to be something that moves you forward. This tower that you're experiencing is about to propel us forward. Alright, clarify anything else you want to say about these obstacles, Spirit. Yes, take action. Whatever your question, this is telling you to go for it. Do not procrastinate or wait to take the next step to get ahead. Just do it. Nothing will change if you don't take action. Don't let an opportunity pass you by. So there's some situation right now, and it might involve some travel, but it involves your material prosperity, and you're procrastinating. And Spirit's saying take action. It's time for some movement. It's time for the Chariot to get in the car and do it. Take action. And somebody might actually be moving. There's some travel involved here. And somehow it's going to lead to freedom, love, and blessings, as well as prosperity of your passions, nature, and prayer. Maybe you're going to be able to get out of a situation that's been locking you up, a locked-in situation. And on the bottom of the deck is your voice. Your message needs to be heard. Consider careers in radio, public relations, or anything else in the communication field. The only thing holding you back is your inability to speak your truth. All right, Spirit. What else, Spirit? What else? What else? What else? What else? Why is confidence and empowerment being hidden? Who's hiding this from us? Because this new start is going to help you to be recognized. This new start is going to help you to be recognized and to be rewarded. Clarify rewarded. Clarify rewarded. Clarify this 3. It's about your intuition. It's about knowing something. It's going to help you to recognize your intuition. Because somehow you intuitively know about this new beginning, and by doing it and seeing that it's going to happen for you, it's going to help you to have this confidence that you need in yourself. Something that you maybe have predicted recently, or something that you maybe are like, let's just see how my intuition is on point here, is about to show you how on point you are. Alright, what about this over here, Spirit? What about this travel? Can you clarify the travel? Spirit says you've manifested a partnership. You've manifested a partnership. You knew you could, so you did. She knew she could, so she did. You manifested this. Why is solar plexus here? Talk to me about this partnership, actually. I'd rather know about that. Can I see this partnership? Why is deception here? Because power, solitude. It's a 5 of Wands. This is strength. This is Leo. Why have you been fighting with somebody? What is going on? Who are they fighting with, Spirit? I'm not sure I'm seeing everything right now. You're fighting with your own wisdom. You're fighting with yourself. You're fighting your own self here. You're deceiving your own self. You're deceiving your own self about your power, about your power and your ability to change your own situation. You don't see how powerful you are and how much you can control your own situation. Alright, so what is it about this finding? What exactly are we trying to find, Spirit? What are we... Oh, baby. What are we trying to find, Spirit? Clarify what we need to find. Spirit says you need to find your third eye. You need to find your intuition. And you need to rejoice. Because you've sacrificed a lot. You've suffered and sacrificed a lot. And it has to do with your desires. You have sacrificed a lot because of your desires. And you somehow know this. You see this. You need to find... Clarify what you're saying, Spirit, because I'm not sure. You need to look back at over everything. You need to look back over everything you've lost and sacrificed. Okay? Look back. Look back at what you've lost and what you've sacrificed. And how is that going to help, Spirit? Because it's going to show you how what you've been through has caused you this emotional withdrawal. And it's caused you not to recognize your own strength. It's caused you to shrivel up instead of moving forward in life. It's caused you to stagnate and stop growing. And maybe even to become bored and discontent. Alright, Spirit, we see the issue that's going on here. Can you show us how to move through this? Why is the High Priestess sideways? You're using your intuition, but not in its full power. You're not using it in its full power. But this is about to end. Clarify what you mean, Spirit. This could be that travel. You have no idea. Spirit says you have no idea that this tower is coming. You don't see this tower. Clarify the tower, Spirit. There's a tower coming, and you don't see it coming. And it has to do with this celebration. You're about to celebrate something, baby. Clarify what's going to be celebrated. You are about to be happy as hell. Something is about to happen, and it has to do with this prediction over here that you don't realize is about to happen. Holy cow. Like, I think you halfway see it happening, but you don't see it happening. Like, I think you want to believe that this is possible, but you're not entirely sure that the timing is quite right. Alright, talk to me about this happiness, Spirit. Talk to me about this Ten of Cups happiness, this unconditional love. It has to do with this fire sign being defensive. Why is the fire sign being defensive? This can also be about you just being like, you know what? I don't need to hear anything else you got to say. The wheel is here. What's going on with the wheel? It has to do with, this could be you, like blocking bad vibes. Clarify the wheel. The wheel is about not having confusion anymore. What is the Seven of Cups here for, Spirit? The Seven of Cups can also be about, like, making choices, but having too many choices and having too much confusion to make those choices. Not being able to make a good choice. But that's over for you. Why is this Seven of Cups here for the wheel? Because you're not fighting this anymore. You're no longer stuck and you don't want to fight about this anymore. Fight who? Is this fighting themselves, Spirit? What are they fighting? This past. It's about your past. Clarify this past, Spirit. Okay. You got an Ace of Cups here. Why is the Ace of Cups here for fighting about the past? It's this man right here. There's a man in your life. You're showing up as a feminine energy, and there's just fire and earth. It has to do with you fighting about this love. You don't want to fight about this choice anymore. Why are they fighting about this choice, Spirit? Leo is here strongly. Why are they fighting about this choice? Because it has to do with movement, this travel. It's about not having a commitment and having hope for this travel, this movement. It's about this commitment not moving forward or moving forward. It's about a commitment with this person moving forward. This could be a job or it could be a relationship. But with this Ace of Cups here, it's either a job that you really, really love or it's a person that you really, really love. Aquarius is here. Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus is here. Why isn't this relationship moving forward? Because they're both in the upright. It's not necessarily not moving forward. It's sideways. And I think that it's about to move forward. Spirit's fixing to move this forward, y'all. This relationship is amazingly about to be propelled really quickly forward. And it's about choice. Somebody's got a choice. That's Gemini. What will the choice likely be, Spirit? Can you show me what this choice will likely be? This could definitely be same-sex, even though the energies indicate male and female, masculine and feminine. What is this choice likely to be, Spirit? The choice is likely to be you working on this. Somebody, why is this person in reverse, though? Why are they in reverse? You're choosing to work on this. You're making a decision to work on it, but for some reason this person is, they're showing up as the King of Pentacles in the upright, but their love is in reverse. Their love is in reverse. Because they're looking for this opportunity to move and transform this. This person is looking for an opportunity to move and transform this relationship. Scorpio's here. And it might have something to do with the child. If there's no children involved, it could just be that they have this idea of how they can transform this when they move. Or through this travel. Somehow they want to transform this love. Somebody wants to transform this relationship. One of you is seriously wanting to transform this. And it might be that the universe is just making this move. It might, how can I find out? Talk to me about this fire sign, Spirit. This is the perfect pair. You two are perfect for each other. Alright. Why is travel here? What's going on with this travel, Holy Spirit? Somebody was being cold-hearted about this travel and said no. Somebody was being real frigid here and said no about this travel. They didn't want to do it. Alright. So what's going to happen next, Spirit? There's going to be some isolation, some separation. And after the separation, what happens next, Spirit? Wow. Somebody, because you said no and told them no, that you didn't want this, now they're going to invite you to have some sexy times. Damn. So somebody is, because you said no and you decided that you wanted to stay by yourself, now they really want to invite you to do something. Or there's somebody else that might get involved in this. Maybe that's why this other person is here. There could be 3 people here. Show me the other person's energy, Spirit. I think you have a secret admirer. That other person is locked up. They closed off. They're completely closed off. What am I missing, Spirit? Dang, somebody might be getting drunk and getting in their feelings. Alright. This is taking a turn that I didn't expect. Talk to me about this fire sign over here, Spirit. This fire sign has an addiction. Alright. Talk to me about this earth sign. This male energy earth sign. They need a second chance. Talk to me about this water sign. Talk to me about the water sign. They have an obsession. Alright, so this is probably the same person. Is there anybody else in this connection that I'm not seeing? There's a Sagittarius here too. Spirit saying it's going to all unfold in divine timing. Can you talk to me about this addiction, Spirit? This obsession? It's strictly sexual. Talk to me about this second chance. It's time for the second chance now. Put away the computer. I don't know. I'm really getting confused now. Alright, Spirit. Show me again why the High Priestess is sideways. Maybe I can pull the details out from this deck. All in the upright. Why is the High Priestess sideways? Because somebody was self-sabotaging, playing mind games. There's the Sun. This is a Leo again with an air sign. They were playing mind games and self-sabotaging, and they came in real fast to talk to you about something that they had been playing these mind games. And then they decided they all of a sudden wanted you to change this and go on this trip with them, or to go somewhere with them, do something with them. Alright? What happened next, Spirit? Somebody was curious and excited. What happened next? They manifested this. They're excited because they want to manifest their perfect match here. This Queen of Pentacles would be their perfect match. And they're excited about you being this for them. Alright, so what's the problem with that, Spirit? Because the person doing this King of Swords, the one talking to you about this, that has this idea, has no idea. Why do they have no idea? They have no idea how bad they've hurt you in the past. They don't understand how bad they've hurt you in the past. Alright. So, what else is going on here? Because I see there's another person possibly here. Or maybe not. Maybe I was seeing it wrong. What else, Spirit? What next? This is the choice. This is the choice to end this. Somebody's choosing to end this because of this past hurt. Alright. What else, Spirit? And then this movement. This movement. Somebody's moving towards ending this. They're seriously moving towards ending this all. Any advice, Spirit? Should they end this, Spirit? Should they end this? Spirit says this heartache is what I'm using to inspire you with this other spark. Clarify this other spark, Spirit. Clarify this other spark. This other spark is something to do with your money, with something new, an investment, a wise investment in your material life. Clarify what that is, Spirit. It's you. This is what you can't see, is that this is going to end and you're going to celebrate a new commitment. Clarify this new commitment, Spirit. You're going to be independent. Divine Masculine is going to be independent. Divine Masculine is finally going to have their independence. And once they have their independence, then these dreams can come true. This, and it's what I've been saying, is that by you, like, not wanting this anymore, this is what's going to help this person to move forward so that they have their independence from this other person, so that there can be a chance for your relationship in the future. Okay? Show me what that future outcome might look like, because we're at the end of the message now. Show me what that future outcome might look like, Spirit. The Queen of Swords came out. What about the Queen of Swords? Deception. What about deception? You're deceiving yourself about this transforming. You don't think that this person is going to be alone. You don't think that this person is going to actually transform the situation and become by themselves. But Spirit says that's the Tower. Clarify this Tower, Spirit. This person is leaving this other person. Yeah, they're going to defend this relationship and help restore it. Anything else, Spirit? Because they want this to evolve. They want this to evolve. I don't know what else to say to you. Like, I keep telling y'all this over and over again. Right now, they're soul searching about it. But they want to do this because it's driving them crazy that you don't want it anymore. Anything else you want to say about this Divine Masculine, Spirit? What's going on with Divine Masculine? Clarify it again, Spirit. Compromise. What about compromise, Spirit? In the spring. What about compromising in the spring? They were bound. What else? But now they're awakening. They realized that this, what happened in the spring, they were bound by this. What am I missing, Spirit? They're awakening to the fact that they were compromising in the spring. Somebody is. And they're not telling you, but they're doing shadow work because they realize that they're stuck. Alright, what about Divine Feminine? Divine Feminine has been going through a lot of grief. What else, Spirit? What else, Spirit? The Fall. The Fall came out, Divine Feminine. What about the Fall, Spirit? I've been saying this for a while, that something's going to happen in the fall. Somebody was unawakened this summer. What else? It has something to do with their family. What else, Spirit? You've been mirroring each other, and they've been thinking about this and refocusing. And they've been seeing signs. Same thing, same message. Alright, Spirit, what do you want to say? What does Divine Masculine need to surrender here? Stress. What else, Spirit? There's a lot of stress going on because of this. Low self-esteem. Play. Stop working so much and play. Stop worrying so much. Stop thinking you can fix somebody and pray. Surrender to prayer. What about Divine Feminine, Spirit? Step into your full power, Divine Feminine. Don't push so hard, and stop trying to control people. And get silent. Work on being still and quiet and listening. And surrender your denial. You're in denial about this relationship moving forward. Alright, Spirit. Can I get one of these, please, Holy Spirit, for this situation? May I please have one of these? Spirit says teachability, compassion, and initiation. Teachability, compassion, and initiation. $28. The hollow wing bone of an eagle is a flute for the shamans. The appearance of the hollow bone invites you to become empty of your notions of who you are, to check your ego at the door, and to know that this is not about you. Relinquish your need to be right and to express an opinion, as this will not change anything right now. You are being called to practice humility. Hollow yourself out and hear the wind blow through you and play you like a flute. You will learn the language of the squall and the storm and understand the message in the summer breeze. There is an important communication waiting for you. Humility is the swiftest path for you to become like hollow bone. Drop all notions and titles that bolster your ego. Eliminate the doer and allow things to happen of their own accord. Remember that you can accomplish most anything if you are willing to let someone else take credit for it. Hollow bone has come to caution you to believe only 50% of what others think and only 10% of what you think. Trust your experience, not what you have read in the sacred books of the holy text. This will allow you to turn apparent danger into opportunity. Remember that you are an insignificant grain of sand in the grand scheme of life, and as important as the brightest sun. And then number 27. When you begin to feel like you do not belong anywhere, it's time to make your way back to your heart home. This is your true home. You are being called back to the quiet place where your soul resides. Put everything on hold for a short while. You are being offered the experience of love in the purest form, unconditional and unbounded. This is not the love you must work hard to earn or barter for. Drop into your heart space and rest there for a breath or two. Replace the judgment of yourself with others and others with compassion. Really, it is that easy when the heart home shows up. There is no need to forgive anyone for anything. None of it occurred. In spiritual truth, it is only your belief in the story that makes it so powerful. Allow your love to wash clean all those impressions. Empty yourself of all judgment and preconceptions, and allow Spirit to fill you with the sweet nectar of peace. When Heart Home shows up, it is an imperative that you heed its call, lest the universe orchestrate a way to bring you back to yourself that is of a harsher nature. Wow, somebody's getting a very strong warning here about their pride. And then number 54. You have come to stand on the side of the river. The opposite banks lead into the darkness of the eternal cave, where the old die and the new is born again. This is a place where time is forgotten and the seasons cease their dance and stand still, as if a temporary repose. You must cross the river now, honoring and respecting this transition, for it's time to say goodbye to your old ways of navigating your world. Don't be afraid. You've come to the edge of the river because you're ready. You're ready to let go of what doesn't serve you and all the ways in which you've kept yourself from truly living. Intimacy requires vulnerability and truth. Can you strip away the masks and the barriers of false strength to discover what you're really made of? Step into the boat waiting for you. Let it carry you into the cave where the shadows are waiting to be illuminated, so you can be born again into the world without denial or artifice. Making the crossing is a beautiful, powerful act of the highest love. I'm not really sure what to make of this reading. I don't even think I'm going to post it. Anything else that needs to be surrendered, Spirit? Procrastination. Addictions. Inner peace. Passion. And complete healing. I don't know what to say about this. I'll have to rewatch it. Can I get trinkets, please? I have a key. I have a fancy heart. I have another key. I have a horse. I have a fleur-de-lis. I have a deer. I have a butterfly. I have another key. A compass. An angel holding a heart. A tower. A peace sign. And another butterfly with a piece of crystal. I have the Kundalini. I have an arrow for Sagittarius. I have 2 towers. I have a heart in German. I have a piece of tiger's eye. I have a crescent moon with a fairy. I have an infinity sign. A dragon. You are always in my heart. I have 2 cactuses. An anchor. I love my dog. Never, never give up. And every fair from fair sometimes declines. Alright, I don't know if I'm going to post this because I don't know if it makes any sense. But usually, if I'll move out of the way and let Spirit just do what Spirit wants, they do make sense to somebody. So, if it resonates, please let me know how or whatever you want to let me know in the comments. And I hope you have a blessed day. I'll be back in a little while with another message. Bye.